What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with another presentation. Here we are, guys. Let's get it started, guys. Got another news story for you. Jeremy Caples, age 26, a mother of two, who recently welcomed home her lover from prison, but was mysteriously shot dead after that. Jeremy was shot by someone close, but was shot by someone who was close to her for a reason unknown to the cops. Usually, they say she was shot by someone that was close to her. Usually, guys, when these stories happen, guys, usually when these type of incidents take place, guys, it's usually by someone they knew. I truly believe, the head buster dude that she was with had something to do with this. This woman was welcoming home her lover from prison, popping bottles of Armand de Brignac. I mean, they had a big celebration for this dude. She had rose petals all over the home, all in the bathtub. I mean, they were acting like the way she and her family celebrated this dude coming home from prison, they celebrated this dude like this dude just graduated with a PhD. I mean, they were just celebrating this dude like he was a graduate from Harvard or Vanderbilt somewhere. I mean, it was really ridiculous, guys. But I'm telling you, these are the kind of men that women invest years of their life in, guys. This dude was a career criminal, like always. He was an overweight dude. That just go to show you that weight don't even matter, If you a head buster, you can afford to be overweight and you still gonna get the buns. Women like these types of men, guys. We know that. I mean, just to see how she was celebrating this dude and honoring this dude coming home from prison, you celebrating a dude who's a delinquent, And it just goes to show, guys, this is the type of behavior and this is the culture of the urban community. This is the type of stuff that we glorify and celebrate. And this is why I notice, and my buddy brought this to my attention, most of the guys that are not sought after by females who talk about these types of issues, most of them are African American men. Because out of all ethnicities, our culture glorifies being a gangster, being a drug dealer, serving time in prison. See, this news story here just goes to show you that you'll be respected and validated more if you are delinquent versus if you, graduate college with a degree. If you in the urban community, going to school, elevating yourself, doing things that's positive, stuff like that is seen as being a sellout. In the urban community, guys, being a head buster, being a gangster, going to prison, throwing your life away, that is what's celebrated. I mean, I was totally appalled by this news story. I mean, they were popping a bottle of champagne, celebrating this dude like he just walked across the stage at Howard University or just walked across the stage at Harvard or something. I mean, the things that we celebrate in the urban community is just sad. But this is the culture, guys. It's all about gangster stuff. It's all about murder. It's all about selling drugs. It's all about going to prison. And you got a lot of women, a lot of sisters. I believe, women in general go for douchebags. But, it's different in urban culture, As a brother, like I always say, in compared to other cultures, as a black man, you have to be a gangster. That's the standard. Being a gangster, being a drug dealer, toting big choppers, being tatted up, serving time in prison. That's the culture for a brother. That's the culture of the urban community. Selling drugs, drinking promethazine, head busting. That's the culture of Black America. And as a brother, The sad part about it is if you deviate from these negative stereotypes, you get labeled as soft, you get seen as a sellout, and not black enough. You know, it's sad, but that's the culture. You know, that's the culture of Black America. You know, it's all about being a gangster. It's all about being a drug dealer. You know, it's all about being a murderer. These are the things that we celebrate, and this news story proves everything that I'm saying. Like, this woman was infatuated to see her man come home from prison, tatted up, you know, gang member, done did his time in the bed, you know, drinking bottles of Armand de Brignac. I mean, this is what we celebrate in the urban community, sadly, guys. We celebrate being hood, being gangster, you know, being head busters. It's sad that this is what we celebrate in our culture. You know, as a brother, if you don't come from this type of background, if you don't fit, you know, the stereotypes that I'm talking about, it's sad how you get written off and just totally dismissed, you know? And you have a lot of sisters that will openly tell you that they like street ninjas. They like dudes who in and out of prison. They like dudes who caught up in gang life. You have sisters that will tell you these are the kind of men that they want to procreate with. These are the kind of men that they want to have children by, you know. And this is why guys like myself find themselves outcasted. And I know I'm not the only one in this type of position. You know, guys like myself find themselves written off. Guys like myself find themselves being labeled as squares and sellouts and lames and all of that. Because when you deviate from these negative stereotypes, you're gonna be ridiculed, you know? As a brother especially, if you're not about no hood, if you're not about no hood type of lifestyle, if you're not about selling dope, if you're not about gang banging, if you're not about just living a criminal life, you know, I noticed the criminal element is celebrated in urban America. And this is what we love. This woman got killed. I don't know if it was by the man that she just celebrated coming home from prison, or I don't know if it was an acquaintance, someone she was close to, but more than likely it was someone she was close to. Because when you're dealing with street ninjas, you know, they always caught up in some nonsense. So more than likely, you know, she was knocked off by somebody that was affiliated with this guy that she just celebrated coming home from prison. But this is what's celebrated in urban culture. This is what we glorify. Knowledge, learning, elevating yourself, that's not celebrated in urban America. That's not celebrated, you know? You know? Sometimes I think about how my life would have been if I grew up in the streets. If I grew up in the streets and I was a part of that kind of lifestyle, who knows? I probably would have been well respected myself. Probably would have got a lot of sex, because that's what we celebrate in urban America. It's all about being gangster. It's all about having street cred. Street cred is more valuable than education in the urban community. You know, I know it's not this way in other ethnicities, but in the urban community, street cred is more valuable than anything. Going to prison, selling drugs, having bodies under your belt. I mean, listen to King Von. He always bragged about the bodies that he had. Get a body, catch some more. Yeah, that's what urban culture is all about. It's all about head busting. It's all about wig splitting. It's all about dome checking. This is what urban America values, you know? And you got a lot of sisters, you know? They'll flat out, like I stated, they'll tell you that they like street ninjas. They like dudes who caught up in this type of lifestyle, you know? You know, as a brother, you know, it's sad that, you know, if you don't fit these negative stereotypes, you get labeled as lame, you get labeled as soft, and you get labeled as a sellout and not black enough. But that's the urban culture, you know. It's all about being gangster. It's all about being street. You know, that's the culture. And I believe, well, I'm not gonna say I believe, I know This is a big reason to why a lot of guys like myself find themselves alone with no vagina. This is why a lot of guys like myself, a lot of brothers who grew up decent, come from the suburbs, don't come from the streets. This is why a lot of brothers like myself find themselves completely pussied out, no pussy at all, because you know we don't come from that kind of lifestyle, and we don't fit that negative stereotype. It's sad, man. It's sad that as a brother, you have to be on some hood stuff. That's what you got to be on, you know. And as a brother, if you don't come from the streets, if you don't fit that negative stereotype, you seen as acting white, you seen as a sellout, you seen as soft, not man enough. It's ridiculous. But that just go to show you what the urban community values, guys. Stories like this just go to show you everything that I'm telling you guys is true. And it goes to show you what urban America values. It's not about learning. It's not about education. It's about being hood. It's about being hood. Urban America is all about being hood. It's about being gangster. It's about having that street cred. That's what urban America is about, guys. It's sad. It's appalling. I find it to be ridiculous. But, this is the culture, guys. This is what we glorify. This is what we glorify in our community. I find it to be just terrible. But, you guys let me know what you think about this. What's your thoughts on this story? It's just terrible, guys. Young lady lost her life messing around with a hood ninja. But, they'll never learn. They like these types of guys. And you guys should check the story out for yourself. It is absolutely disgusting. I mean, the way that this woman and her family were celebrating this guy coming home from prison. I mean, got the balloons. It's a birthday celebration. I mean, it's ridiculous. But only in the urban culture, guys. Only in the urban culture. But you guys make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, donate to the Cash App, $ Brandon Locke 125. And I'll see you guys in the next presentation. Happy Friday. Peace out.